of my EDM Las Vegas experience of everything at the Sphere, which was by the headliner ANYMA. So this is my first time overall experience at the Sphere. I flew out of San Diego because that's where my mom lives and she gave me a ride. And while I was at the airport, I figured I should make some funny content of just overall the things that happen at the airport, like checking my passport every minute. And the cool thing that I thought I should record this is that in Vegas, at least in my experience, is the only airport that I ever see that you could gamble at, which is really cool. But I feel dangerous too, since, you're waiting for your flight. And here we checked in, my cousin and I, to Paris Hotel. It was my first time staying there, and honestly, I really liked it. And we were hungry, and so we figured we should go eat pizza because that's both of our favorite food. I got a deep dish, and he got a barbecue chicken one. And it was really good. I personally prefer, I prefer not non-deep dish, like just regular flat crust or whatever it's called, but those are my favorite. But it was cool. And here we are walking officially to check in because we were starving, so we went to eat. And then the cool thing about now in Vegas is that you could check in with the machine. How advanced and terrifying is AI? But anyways, back to the point. So here we're in the elevator going to our room, and we saw all these munchies, but of course they are expensive. So we figured we would go get our snacks after the event. And the room was nice, comfortable, spacious, and very clean. And before the event, of course, I was like, let me get ready, do a quick fit check. I have my candies so I could give out to people. Peace, love, unity, respect. Here we are stimming and singing SpongeBob to get ready for the event because you get that, or at least me, I get that anxiety. And I personally am sensitive to very bright lights. So although it is nighttime in Vegas, I put on my sunglasses because I know I'm sensitive to lights. And I'm also sensitive to loud sounds and people. So I had my earplugs on everywhere. And here we are pre-gaming, getting ready for the event. Because of course, although the event started at 9, we decided to leave at 9 because we both have ADHD and have time blindness. So here we're waiting for the Uber. And although there is no music, we made our own music. And finally, we made it to the Sphere, which was so bright and which I was so glad I brought my shades. And the check-in was very easy. Although my cousin did seem sus because they did some extra search on him in comparison to me. And here we're on the elevator. So there are 3 different, actually, I don't remember, but there are multiple floors. So we were on the 3rd floor, I think. And something I really liked about this venue is that the lighting is very neurodivergent friendly. I was scared that it was going to be super bright. And because the lighting was very low key, I was even able to take my sunglasses off, which was really cool. And here we are getting some drinks before we head out to the dance floor. I do apologize for this voiceover disrupting the music, but unfortunately due to copyright, I have to. So something cool about this event is that it is total of 3 DJs. So the evening started with Cassian and then John Summit and then the main headliner, who is ANYMA, which is the name of the show overall. So at this part, it was John Summit. And honestly, I have been to festivals all over the world, y'all, and this hands down was the best experience of my life. The visuals, how it's distributed over the whole Sphere, and also, although we had seats that were seated, it was a good amount of space because I easily feel very crowded. So even in big festivals, I'm always in the back. So I was a little worried about having a seat as to being on the main floor, but everyone was very courteous of personal space. And another thing is that I'm sensitive to loud music and sounds, and even I took my earplug just to do the test, and honestly it did not affect my ears at all. I kept the earplugs on, but I just wanted to see how loud it was. And I think because of how the Sphere is shaped, the music distributed overall very nice. And by the way, this is the main headliner, who is ANYMA, and he overall had the best visuals because of course he's the main headliner. And I hadn't heard about him truthfully before this event, but now I am a huge fan. So after Anima, one of my friends texted me that she works at a bar here in Vegas, so we figured we should continue. And oh my goodness, look at the visuals. And that's even outside the sphere. It's just, and seriously, it was the best experience of my life. And I look forward to the next music event they have there because I will be there. And so we walked by the Bellagio lobby, which is one of my favorites. And here we are in downtown Fremont, Las Vegas, but the lights were very bright, so I ended up putting my shades on. And they played live music, which was really cool. And we ended up making some friends from Colombia. They were awesome, and they decided to join us over to the after party with my friend. And here we're just vibing. You know, I was stimming, and then it ended up dancing. And here we are on our way. We got kind of lost because we weren't sure exactly where she worked at, but then finally we were able to find it. And it was a really cool spot, truthfully, and I loved being able to catch up with my friend, who also loves EDM events. So she ended up taking us to another EDM after party, and basically we did not sleep, as you could see in my face. And it's true that in Vegas, sleep does not exist.